The American Southwest was not won in a single battle. It was measured in river crossings, in wagon ruts, in exhausted men searching for water beneath indifferent skies. Long before Arizona existed as a state, before interstate highways, before air conditioning, before subdivisions, there was only the problem of distance and a question: could the continent itself be connected? I'm Mark Schauer, and this is Dispatches from the Lost Republic. In 1846, during the Mexican-American War, Stephen Watts Kearny led an expedition westward from Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Its mission was straightforward on paper: take New Mexico, continue to California, and secure the far edge of the continent for the United States. But the maps were incomplete. To most Americans, the Southwest was more rumor than geography. The expedition's commemorative stamp presents the journey as triumphant inevitability, but the reality was dust, uncertainty, and logistics. Kearny's men discovered something that would echo through the next century of American history. The lower Colorado River crossings were indispensable. If the United States intended to hold California, if it intended to bind the continent together, the desert corridors of the Southwest would have to become passable. Not long afterward came another march. The U.S. Army of the West Mormon Battalion, a unit composed largely of displaced Latter-day Saints, undertook one of the longest infantry marches in American history. It crossed deserts, cleared wagon paths, recorded water sources, and in 1847 crossed the Colorado River close by the spot where this statue now stands. The battalion's reports became part of a growing body of military and geographic knowledge that suggested something profound. A southern route across the continent was possible, maybe even preferable. It had lower elevations, milder winters, fewer mountain barriers, a potential railroad corridor stretching toward the Pacific Ocean. The idea gained urgency after the war, but there was only one problem. The best route dipped south into Mexican territory. So in 1853, the United States completed the Gadsden Purchase. The Southwest was no longer simply wilderness to be crossed. It was becoming a corridor. And for a moment, many believed the future of the United States would run through this southern passage, through Arizona, through the deserts, through the crossings first tested by soldiers and migrants. But history intervened. The question of where to build a transcontinental railroad became entangled with another question consuming the Republic. Would slavery expand westward? Northern and Southern politicians battled over routes. The nation fractured, and eventually, civil war overwhelmed everything else. When the first transcontinental railroad was completed in 1869, it followed a northern alignment. The commemorative stamp celebrates golden spikes, locomotives, industrial triumph, but it also marks a road not taken. The southern corridor explored by Kearny, tested by the Mormon Battalion, and secured through the Gadsden Purchase, had lost the first great contest for continental supremacy. But history has a habit of returning to old geography. Today, freight lines, pipelines, interstate highways once again flow across the same southern deserts. The logic never disappeared, it merely waited. And standing by the Colorado River at Yuma today, watching trains and trucks move through crossings once navigated by exhausted infantrymen, you can still see the outlines of the old republic taking shape, not through speeches and elections, but through routes, through crossings, through infrastructure. and through men trying to bring a nation across desert dust that did not easily yield. I'm Mark Schauer, and this is Dispatches from the Lost Republic.